Hello, my name is Daniel Young, and I'm the owner and founder of Adaptive Perspective and the Adaptive Perspective channel, where I help you make your dreams a reality. And I am actually back to talking after almost a week and a half of not being able to speak more than a whisper. I still have allergies, still have something going on. I probably will still cough up some kind of fun stuff during this, not to gross anybody out, but it's just the reality of things. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I love strategy and targeted strategy. And that awareness is key because I'm going to keep sifting through these financial memes using our investment strategies along with some everyday down to earth common sense. So this is an unedited video, as you already saw me make a mistake and cough. Who knows what else you'll hear in the background as I film these in my house. It's kind of the kitten's witching hour. I will not show our strategy of using closed-end funds, but I will overview our overall 12-step system. And then I am not a financial advisor. I am a financial strategist. So I'm not out to slander anyone when I make these videos. I'm interested in separating the good from the bad when it comes to financial advice because none of us want bad financial advice as we navigate our finances. So today we're back to the overall Pinterest board. And if I display that, so you're looking for this page. All of my channels have pretty much the same background. And we're on the we're actually on two boards today. We're on the memes board, but we're also going to look at this board or the new cover post for this board. But towards the bottom of the memes, we have this one, which is here. And what I want to compare this to is our system. So from this company, which I'll be upfront. Everybody makes mistakes. I am a grammar Nazi. I I hate when I make my own mistakes, even if I'm texting. So to read this nice meme and then see an error over here next to brand talk just seems ironic to me. But for their system, you can read it. I'm not going to read it to you, but this is our system. And let me actually put those screens side by side so it's a little bit easier to see. So let me reorient my screen. Excuse me. So back to sharing a screen. So you have this system versus our system. And I discuss this system in detail. I post pretty much every day, and I say I post pretty much every day in that I post about this system 5 days a week. I post a meme once a week. I post scripture once a week. And then I pretty much post on this series of steps all year. I completely understand that our time in these individual steps it's not limitless, but it might take you several months for each of these steps, not this functional budget, but it might take you several months, maybe 6 months to build some of these funds and go through these steps. So it's really hard to spend 6 months in one specific category. So I post by stream of thought. I start at the top and I post until I don't want to say till I run out of steam, but I post until the ideas stop flowing, and then I move to the next one and I blend one in the next. So I transition one into the next, and I will work all the way down, post some other information, and then start back over from the top, so that you can look on my page and see or search for these steps or any of these other keywords and pull up a string of posts that will help you through each of those things. So based on the formula on the left, you create income. Still there. So it's a wealth creation formula. The problem with this is you don't learn how to manage the money. See, it's the same thing the same problem we encounter with new millionaires. Like if you look at the NBA or NFL or baseball or I mean anything, you take this college kid who's had a, I mean, he's led the college life, and then all of a sudden you pay him $30 million. Unless somebody is there guiding him, he's just going to blow the money. And just because you have a greater income doesn't mean you know what to do with it. Shaq tells a story that someone older than him in the league came to him and was like, look, man, you don't need 8 cars and you don't need 4 houses and you don't need all this other stuff because what you make in the league has to supply your life after you leave the league. And there's no guarantee on how long you stay. Like the average tenure in the NFL 10 years ago was 5 years. Who knows what it is now? So to simply create more income and then increase the income with no guide on how to actually make it work. Like, so you make, pick any number. If you make 100 grand and you have no system and you spend 110 grand, well, guess what? More income didn't actually help you. It sent you further into debt. So you create income, you increase the income, you save. Depending on how you save, that's not my cup of tea. Then you invest, you create multiple flows, and then you increase all the flows. That's overall okay advice from my standpoint because it doesn't teach you a structure, it doesn't teach you a system on how to control your money. You save. Save for how long? Now, you could argue that some part of our system is saving, part of our system is saving, like this injury job loss fund. You're setting aside money in hopes that you never have to use it. You're parking it in a high interest, high yield savings account, and it just sits there. So if it's at your bank, like if it's at our bank at Bank of America, it might gain 0.1% interest on a year, versus if I put it in a 5%, 7% high yield interest account, then even though it's parked money, it's parked in case of emergency, and it's still gaining interest when it's there. You can do that with a lot of other funds. You can, if you want to take over your escrow fund, if your mortgage company will let you out of your escrow fund with them, you can take on your escrow fund and make money on the interest of your escrow fund. Uh, so it's create income, increase it, save, invest, create multiple flows, and then you increase the flows. This part makes sense. It just goes about how you do it. On our end of things, we start at the base root of things. You create the functional budget, but before you even get there, we talk about why you want to do this. What's the whole point? We talk about why, what, and how. We talk about uh, outside of those things, like what's your overall mission and purpose. We talk about your goals. We talk about what you want to do in life, and then we get into how you build the functional budget, meaning a budget that cuts down or tampers down your fears, that pays your bills, and then helps you save or helps you be proactive and push money forward. Then you get into an emergency fund, you pay off your debts. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you. And where we pick up with create income is 6. So you're researching what you want to do. So if you have a full-time job like me, whether you like the job or not, you're trying to pick any other type of side hustle that's interesting. And there's so much out there, it's overwhelming. I still find new stuff, and I have a board of just side hustle income. So you research what you want to do, pick the bridge that will get you from full-time into side hustle, and then you use that as a bridge to build your empire. And then you open an LLC, which separates risk, and then you work on growth of funding. So you end up with kind of this loop right here, this increase, save, invest, and create. The investing on their end could be anything. The investing could be into the market, it could be into real estate, it could be back into the business, right? So on our end, we want to grow the funding, we want to grow the income inside the business, grow the business and invest in the business, and then you expand. So you grow your business, generate generate profit, because there is a difference between income and profit, and then take that and then expand your empire and go through it via investment properties, and then from there you expand your empire. So we invest in closed-end funds, which there's a board on Pinterest that talks about that. I have a YouTube channel that talks about I have this YouTube channel. I have a separate playlist where I post videos on closed-end funds, and then you grow the empires and you fine tune the system. You have your full-time job if you still have it. You have your side hustle of whatever that is. You have your investment property businesses, and then you have your closed-end fund system, and you fine tune it and either winnow out the stuff you don't need and you expand upon that. And the goal is to create enough passive income where you could drop that full-time job and then finance the life you want. Because the meme I saw today says it best. And it's actually on this board. I saw it again. Um, I don't know what did it disappear. It's on this board. It's there will come a day when you are unable to live the life you want to live. We all have this bucket list of things we want to do. And if you wait till you're 60 or 65 or 70 to do some of those things, your body will not be able to do some of those things. So if you want to actually make your dreams a reality, you're going to have to employ a completely different strategy. Because the full-time job strategy, retire when you're 65 plus and then live your lifestyle and mentality, does not work when you have crazy dreams. And what I mean by crazy is anything existing outside the full-time job. If you want to backpack across the country, own an RV and travel, live at the beach, have a hunting ranch. Like if I wanted to go to Alaska and shoot a moose, if I wanted to go to Kansas and hunt white-tailed deer, if I want to do any of those things, right? Maybe you want to hang glide in Hawaii. Maybe you want to live on a houseboat in Florida. Maybe you want to go to the Bahamas and stay for 2 weeks. If you want to do any of those things and you're always waiting until you're 65, there will come a time when your body and your health have surpassed your ability to do those things. Do not put off your dreams until you retire at 65. If you want a completely different lifestyle, if you want a completely different outcome, you need a completely different response and you need a completely different strategy. So as you filter these financial needs, because there's hundreds of them. This board has 550. I think I've got at least another 10 or 20 to add. So there's always going to be another financial meme. And I get that mine count the same way. There's always going to be something else out there. So as you filter all of these things and trim away what's beneficial for you and throw away the rest, you're looking for everything that will help you on your journey. You're looking for strategies that will help you and improve your overall success, right? Because that's the goal. Like all of us are looking for something other than the full-time job, retire when you're 65 lifestyle. If that's you, you're like me. And we're on a completely different mission than all those lemmings that are happy at work until they're 65, whatever. So even though that meme on the left is pretty, it doesn't really help us. And it's their formula. Like it's pretty, but it doesn't really help you because it doesn't give you any kind of structure. And it doesn't help you actually complete the formula. So that's all I got. Be well, I'm sure there's a Dr. Seuss quote that says this, but it's be extremely choosy when it comes to people who give you advice. And if you don't like my content, find somebody who speaks to you and who inspires you and who will push you into doing the things that are on your bucket list. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about in regards to financial structure, come find me on Facebook because I break down that 12 steps. I post about it every day or almost every day. And I give you, I'm a pretty open book. I give you the full version, the transparent version of what we did well and what we didn't do well, and really try to break it down into daily advice. So, whatever you have for the week, whatever you have for the rest of your life, you are the captain of that ship, and that ship will go exactly where you steer it. Know where you want to go, implement the right strategy, and reach your dreams. Make your bucket list happen and make it happen before the 65, whatever age you retire with that full time job. Live your life. Don't live your life at work. So, yeah, sorry, something got my attention and drew me off. But yeah, live your life and don't live your life at work. Make your dreams happen and take the initiative and work on it early and leave the full time job if you want. That's our goal. So have a great week. Talk to y'all at some point. Bye bye.